I call to order the meeting of the mayor and council of Borough of River Edge, March 25th, 2024, regular meeting at the River Edge Library and also on Zoom. Ask for a moment of silent reflection when we stand for all those trouble spots in the world and the issues that our country is most concerned about. Ready? Salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. One second, please. I'm sorry, I was open to the wrong page. Okay, statement of compliance with the Open Public Meeting Act. This meeting complies with the Open Public Meeting Act by notification on January 11, 2024, of this location, date, and time to the town news and the record, and by posting of the same on the municipal bulletin board and borough website, and filing notice of the same on the municipal with the municipal clerk. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilwoman Falcon.
Here.
Council President Monsignor Mahoney.
Here.
Councilwoman Gonzalez.
Here.
Councilwoman Mallory.
Here.
Councilman Benson.
Here.
Councilman Glass.
Here.
Mayor Papaleo.
Here, thank you. So the first item on our agenda after roll call is approval of the minutes. Excuse me. So could I have a motion and second in a moment for 5 different minutes? Now, what we can do is move it and second it, and then we would vote yay or nay. And after voting yay or nay, you can say, but I abstain for, if you need to abstain because of your absence, which was, something that happens. Okay, so there'll be 5 of them I'll read, and then if I have the council president move it, and if Councilwoman Kaufman can second. The approval of the minutes of the mayor and council regular meeting of February 15, 2024. The approval of the minutes of the mayor and council regular meeting February 26, 2024. Approval of the minutes of the mayor and council special meeting and closed session February 29, 2024. Approval of the minutes of the mayor and council regular meeting and closed session of March 11, 2024. Approval of the minutes of the mayor and council special meeting and closed session of March 13th, 2024.
So moved. Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Remember, if you're going to say yes to any of them, please say aye and then take a moment to say, but I abstain from. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Are there any abstentions?
Yes. Mayor, I have to do 5D, approval of the minutes March 11th, 2024, and approval of the minutes E, approval of the minutes March 13th, 2024.
Very good. So noted. Any others? Hearing none, it is so moved. Okay, let's open, if we could, Councilwoman Kinsella and followed by Councilwoman Mallory. Could we have a motion and second to open the public on any item on the agenda only?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we're open. If anybody would like to ask a question or make a comment, both on video, and please come up, or please raise your hand. Very good.
Margaret Burns, 236 Wales Avenue, River Edge. I believe I was here before regarding the cannabis issue. I understand that you're going to be reading the ordinance tonight.
Yeah.
Regarding that, so it is moving forward
Well, we'll see.
in the process.
So there'll be a vote today. There'll actually be another time we're going to open to the public because the second reading of an ordinance by state law statute requires that we open to the public just on that. So you can ask more questions then if you wish to, but, and normally I would have you ask your question and then move on, but this is pertinent. So I'll answer it now. So it's open for discussion. It's open for discussion and then it's open for a vote. It will either rise or fall tonight unless the council tables it. So there are 3 things can happen. It will be moved and seconded it would be open to the public, then it'll be closed to the public. Then it will be moved in second for approval. At that time, we will be open for debate if the council wishes to debate it. Then the council will vote on it, vote it up or down. Or the council can also, before they move it, move to table it. So these are the three things by law and Robert's rules that could occur tonight.
Okay. And this is, my discussion here is strictly on agenda items only.
Yes, we'll open later for anything else you want to talk about.
Okay, but as far as this goes, was the public notified that tonight was going to be this
Yeah, absolutely, by law.
in the paper and
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah,
Okay, okay, thank you.
you're welcome.
If
And that's,
anyone, if
and that's
anyone
it.
has a question online, just raise your hand and I'll allow you to speak for something on the agenda.
People notified of the ordinance for zoning.
Yes.
You're right. So that's more than just the paper.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can mention that
Doesn't,
again later.
Okay.
doesn't look like anyone.
All right, could I have a motion from Councilman Benson and second from Councilman Glass to close to the public?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Okay.
Okay, appointment and personnel changes. Could I have a motion from any member of council when I finish reading them in? Approve the increase in longevity for Jason Melito, DPW Superintendent, from $1,920 to $2,400 effective March 25th, 2024. Approve the salary of Sean W. Mastropiero, SLEO 2, in this Department of Police to $1,400 per pay period, effective March 25th, 2024. Approve the salary of Salvatore J. How would I say? Ciccone? Chacon, SLEO 2, in the Department of Police from $1,400 per pay period, effective to $1,400 pay period, effective March 25th, 2024.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved in second. It is open for debate. Is there debate? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye. Any opposed, any abstention? So for the public's benefit, SLEO, I believe is,
Special law enforcement officer.
yeah, Special Law Enforcement Officer, Class 2, which is the class that we use in schools.
No,
No.
class 3 is,
Class 3 is schools. Class 2 is,
it's a special auxiliary officer that has many of the same powers as a regular police officer, except they don't carry a firearm.
good. So for the public's benefit. All right, monthly reports, Library Board of Trustees, May 5th is on file, and if you'd like a copy of it, please see the clerk. First reading ordinance. So when, in a moment, could I have Councilman Glass move this and Councilwoman Kinsella second? Motion, and we're gonna move both of these together. Unless, is there objection to moving both together? Hearing none. Motion that the following ordinance be introduced and passed on the first reading and setting April 8th, 2024 at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter as the matter can be heard as the date and time, and both the River Edge Library as the place and Zoom as the virtual platform for the hearings on said ordinances. Ordinance 24-07, an ordinance to amend chapter 206 of the revised general ordinance of the Borough of River Edge entitled fees. Ordinance 24-08, an ordinance amending and supplementing the revised general ordinance of the Borough of River Edge, chapter 400, vehicles and traffic.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Apatella, sorry. Would you please, for the public's benefit, explain what we're attempting to achieve in ordinance 2407 and 2408?
Sure, 2407 increases the fees for outside duty for the police traffic details and establishes a fee ordinance following the similar structure many municipalities have. And 2408 updates the areas where left turns are prohibited.
Very good. Okay, it is open for debate. Is there debate? Commentary? Inquiry? Hearing none, I can do all in favor for this, right? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? All right, very good. Second reading and hearing on ordinances. We're gonna move, I think we can move this as a group too, right?
You're allowed to move it as a group because none of these require a special vote.
Okay, very good. Is there any objection to moving them as a group? Okay, so we're gonna open for all three to the public. We're gonna then close to all three for the public, and then we're going to move to adopt all three. Okay, so could I have Councilwoman Kaufman move to open to the public and Councilwoman Malari to
The ordinances have to be read by title.
yeah, I'm gonna read them. I'm just simply telling them who. To second that. Okay, so we're moving to open to the public. Ordinance 24-04, an ordinance to amend Part 2, General Legislation, Chapter 416 zoning of the revised general ordinance of the Borough of River Edge to establish the Cannabis Overlay Zone, COZ. Ordinance 24-05, an ordinance to amending Part 2, General Legislation, Chapter 268, licensing of the revised general ordinance of the Borough River Edge. Ordinance 24-06, an ordinance creating Part 1, Administrative Legislation, Chapter 92, taxation of cannabis establishments of the revised general ordinance of the Borough of River Edge.
So moved. Second.
All in favor of opening to the public for the the three ordinance I've just read out loud, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention? Okay, so now we are open to the public for any additional questions or inquiry or statements from the public regarding ordinance 2404, 2405, and 2406.
So please raise your hand if you're online and have a question or comment.
So this is cannabis. You want to come back up? You're absolutely welcome to.
Mr. Mayor, before the public gives any comments, I just want to make a notation, and I'll ask the borough clerk to confirm this, that copies of the zoning ordinance, which is ordinance 24-04, were in fact provided to the property owners within the zone and within those within 200 feet within each of the municipalities, including River Edge. It's Hackensack and Paramus, yeah, that's what, yeah, but River Edge, Hackensack and Paramus within 200 feet of the zone boundaries. And that was done pursuant to statute. In addition, this matter had been referred to the planning board of the Borough of River Edge, which in fact reviewed the ordinance and adopted a resolution finding that it is not inconsistent with the master plan.
Excellent. Very good. Got to say your name again. and
Margaret
address.
Burns, 236 Wales Avenue. Regarding the taxation of the cannabis, when I read the ordinance, they can not pay for 2 years,
I don't believe that's true. Is that?
or they can withhold for 2 years and then you would have to go after them for taxes.
Oh, I think what you're talking about, if they failed to pay.
Mhm. Yeah. if they
And
fail to
then
pay.
there's a process to challenge it, but having said that, without a challenge being made, it's payable like taxes, and
Mhm.
taxes are payable quarterly.
Right,
In addition to that, we can shut them down, correct?
Well, the municipality has the rights, the same rights it would have relative to any non-payment of taxes. Now, there's also a licensing provision. The licensing provision gives the municipality additional authority to revoke a license.
now regarding this,
So just to be
do-
clear, in other words, we're bound by the same taxation laws that everyone is bound for, whether it be property taxes of resident, property taxes of commercial. So it's consistent, but we have an additional authority of revoking their license.
okay.
Go ahead.
All right, now regarding the zoning and all that. Are we exclusively receiving tax dollars from this establishment once the business is going? Or is it going to be a share with because of its location, is anybody coming up and saying, hey, wait a minute, that 200 or 200 feet was mine or what, I'm just asking.
No, these are good questions, but I did not follow protocol and I should have in regards to this. This is a formal hearing, so you get 2 minutes. And our borough attorney will respond to all the questions.
Okay.
You're by yourself, so I'm kind of giving you a lot of leeway. But I want to be consistent because the next meeting we have, if I'm not consistent, then that becomes problematic. So what other questions would you have? And then we'll answer them.
Other than that, nothing, except that did you guesstimate how much revenue you will be receiving from said establishment?
Okay. All right, so thank you.
First of all, there's two elements to this. One is real property taxes, which are in fact are payable on the property, just like any other real property taxes. The second aspect is the 2%. Essentially, it's a transfer tax, like a sales tax, but that is payable to the municipality, and that's based upon the sales, okay? So the sales obviously can only be estimated at this time, but it's based upon what's actually sold. And the way the ordinance work is that there is an estimate of taxes paid during the process, and then there's a correction, if you will, at the end of the year that actually adjusts it either up or down, depending on what the actual sales are, based upon the submissions that go directly to the state. In answer to, does anyone else share in that? The state collects a separate fee, and that's not part of this, but the municipality retains a 2%. And just because another municipality or anyone else is within 200 feet of the zone, does not in any way affect that 2%.
So there could be no claim made by Hackensack or Paramus on the 2%.
That is correct.
And in addition to that, that 2% only comes to the municipality, not to the Board of Education of River Edge or the Board of Education of Riverdale.
That is correct. It's similar in that aspect to payments in lieu of taxes, which are
Mhm.
not part of the general revenue real estate taxes.
Okay,
Mr. Mayor,
yes,
may I add, please, there's also an annual licensing fee.
yes.
Yep.
Anyone who is remote, because it looks like we've exhausted those who are present in person.
If you do have a question, just raise your hand pertaining to this. I don't think there are any.
This is one of those things where we're just gonna give it a
Okay.
extra 30 seconds or so. Okay. Could I have any member of council move in second to close to the public on ordinances 24-04, 24-05, 24-06?
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. It's not debatable. All in favor, please say aye. Okay, could I have a motion and second from any member of council to adopt 24-04, 24-05, 24-06 as previously read?
So moved.
Second.
We are now open for debate, comment or inquiry. Is there debate, comment or inquiry? Hearing none, I call the question. Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Copton,
Yes.
Council President Marcelo Hone.
Yes.
Councilwoman Kinsella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Mallal-Larry.
Yes.
Councilman Benson,
Yes.
Councilman Black.
Yes.
Okay, could I have a motion, say from Councilman Benson and from Council President Monsanto Cohen to move resolution 24-111 through 24- hold on, 119. So 111 through 119.
So moved.
All right. Is there a question of inquiry or debate? Comments? No, it's part of the revised agenda. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, I guess you were asking the name of the volunteer?
Yes, I just want to know if I have to disclose that or
Madam
not.
Clerk, was the name of the volunteer put in any of the documents?
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Okay.
So, no.
Okay.
Okay, great. Could I have, Finance Chair, Councilwoman Kaufman, please move 24-120 and, yes.
So that should be your recusal on that.
So we're gonna stop. Is there any abstention or nays for the resolutions previously
Okay,
passed?
this actually should be a recusal, right?
Mm.
So it's more than a abstention, it's actually not, so I would suggest that the vote be on all except on 119.
So,
right.
but we've
And
already
then-
voted. What do you want to do?
Well, I don't think the roll call was taken yet, was it?
It was by unanimous. Did we all say yes?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's by unanimous
Okay,
consent.
then I would suggest we do a motion for reconsideration on all of those,
Okay,
and then consider resolutions up to 118, right?
Mhm.
Right, which would allow everyone to vote, and then do 19 separately, and then we can have,
So why don't you state it and we'll get the council president to move it.
okay, a motion to reconsider the vote on resolution
24-11 through 24-120.
118.
118.
119, sorry.
Right. So,
so moved,
It's been moved. Can I have a second?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now, the reason we were able to do that is because we all voted on the affirmative side. And, or you can't have a motion to reconsider. Now, so this
well, you
basically
can't vote, you can't,
can't vote.
it's only it's only the council people voting in favor of the action taken that
Yeah.
can vote on a motion to reconsider.
Yeah,
Okay, right, right.
Yeah. So, could I now have a motion, for resolution 24-111 through 24-118? Could I have a motion and a second?
So moved. Second.
Is there debate? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Could I have a motion
Okay,
to
now,
move?
it's a little bit formal, and I understand that it is, but technically during a recusal, one should absent themselves from the dais,
Okay,
right?
Oh,
Okay,
Yes,
so if you could step to the public's position.
okay.
So the reason Councilwoman Kinsella is stepping to the public position because off the dais is because we are now going to move a resolution to approve the appointment of a volunteer firefighter who she happens to be related to. So that was a joke, just in case it was picked up by the mic. Could I have a motion and second to move resolution 24-19?
so moved. Second.
Okay, it is open for debate, inquiry, or comment. Hearing none, please, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Now we come back up. Councilwoman Kaufman.
Yes. Borough of River Edge Resolution 24-120, payment of bills at a regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, held on March 25th, 2024. Be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the Borough of River Edge approve the following expenditures. Current fund, $232,152.01. General Capital Fund, $124,697.57. Trust Other, $43.19. Payroll, $18,600.57. Developers Escrow, $2,705. Recreation Trust, $846.99. So moved.
Member of the
Second.
Budget Committee, thank you. This is not debatable. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstention? Okay, we have new business. We have Revos request for a 75th anniversary banner display. Now, Madam Clerk, if you can address this, and I believe we have essentially the text,
Yes.
and I believe that was sent earlier today.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The River Edge Volunteer Ambulance Service is looking for permission to place 3 banners throughout town, one at the intersection of Kendrick Road and Main Street. One at the Y as you're going up River Edge Road to go onto Kendrick, and on their property at 210 Continental Avenue. They're looking to place it towards the end of April. They don't have an exact date because they have to actually have the banners made. And they want to take it down October 1st.
And there's a problem with this. Slight conflict.
We do have other banners that will be placed. There was a resolution that was included to show the banners and the dates. So I don't know if we can work out where they can take it down while we have the other banners up, or if you want to authorize them having it at their property for the entire time and only a shorter time frame at the other location.
So what I'm recommending to the council, if the council is so inclined to grant this, and you all have an email of it, it's a, 1949 to 2004, celebrating 75 years of banner, and underneath their logo or their coat of arms, or however you want to call it. And then underneath, proud to serve the River Edge community. So they're going to make these banners, and they want them in 3 locations, as they said. So Main Street in Kendrick, River Edge Road, which is coming up from the train station and New Milford, and at their site, which is near Memorial Park. So what, if the council is inclined to do this, what I recommend is that we approve it for the entire length of time, as long as there is no other request to place a banner in any one of those locations at a future date. So in other words, that would leave the 2 locations. It's really just going to be the 1 location, which is River and Kendrick and Maine. And when we want to put up the farmer's market, or if that comes forward, which I believe it will, then we would simply take down their banner because we have to put up another. So we're also giving flexibility then to Superintendent Melito. If he can keep both banners up, he might wish to do that. So instead of parsing this, we're just going to condition that as long as there are no other requests approved by the mayor and council, it will remain up for that period of time. If there is another request and the mayor and council should approve it, then it would come down to create space for the newer banner.
Can I just make a comment?
Sure.
So normally the farmer's market sign is up during farmer's market season, and the only time are 2 stacked usually is for, I think, July 4th celebrations. And there is a way to stack 2.
Well, again, we're leaving this up to Mr. Melito.
Okay.
If he can figure out some way to stack them, then why should we take it down?
Okay,
So so what I would recommend is that there's a motion and second to grant, conditionally grant for the entire period for all 3 locations, unless, of course, there is a need for another banner and that the council would approve, and then it would come down during that time and then go back up. If this is acceptable to the council.
Could I make a suggestion that the motion is more clear that both banners can coexist? If
Yes.
actually Mr. Melito understands that there is space.
Yes, absolutely.
I
So,
think the only time would be the July 4th
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
There
yeah,
would
but we
be
don't want to get
3.
into those details.
Yeah.
We want to leave that to Mr. Melito.
Exactly.
So we're basically, if he can fit 2 or 3 banners, then great. If he can't, the whatever banner is
Taking-
approved after this would be granted priority. Is everybody good with that?
And
Yes.
those novice council person ask a question?
Of course.
Sure.
Are there only 3 places in the borough that are suitable to,
Banners,
yeah,
essentially.
thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so is there debate? Is there inquiry? Is there comment? Could I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
There we go. That's good. Nice and efficient. Okay, let me go back to my agenda. I think that's all for new business. Is there any other new business? Is there any old business? Do we have any construction updates?
Well, tonight we approved to go out to bid for the Community Development Block Grant Project. This is one of the first construction projects that's going out early because the federal government that funds this program changed the deadline of completion from the end of the year to June 30th. And the only other item I have is, last summer, we heard that through the effort of our state legislators, that they secured $900,000 for the borough for its borough hall improvements, including the exterior walkway being renovated, as well as for Brookside and Memorial Parks to be upgraded to meet JIF compliance. And after
Stop. Would you explain, Jeff?
the joint insurance fund, there was an issue with some playground equipment and the walkways that has to be rectified. And after many emails back and forth, the grant agreement has been signed both by the mayor on behalf of the borough and the state. So I requested 75% of the funding, so that way we could move these projects further along.
So again, thank you to Senator Lagana. Thank you, Assemblyman Tully, and thank you, Assemblywoman Swain. They were able to help us to achieve this. This is $900,000, essentially very close to $1 million, that does not come out of property taxes. That will help meet our needs, both our insurance and obligations, as well as our other needs for repairs to the borough that the taxpayers of River Edge would not normally benefit from, but they do now, and there's no match. It's a straight $900,000 to the town. So thank you to them, and thank you to you and all those who worked to get us this grant. It really is a boon for the people of River Edge. Anything else? Old business, new business? All right, let's now open to the public for any comments. Could I have a motion and second?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any member virtually, please raise your hand. Any member of the in-person audience, come on up. You gotta say your name again, sorry.
That's fine, not a problem. Marge Burns, 236 Wales Avenue, River Edge.
Thanks, Marge. Go ahead.
I see all the work that went into this ordinance and all of the work that went into putting this cannabis dispensary into play. I would love to see this mayor and council or other mayor and councils that never really did this in the past try to recruit people to come into this community and open up their businesses here so that we wouldn't have so many empty stores.
Can I?
No,
Oh, sorry. I just want to make a comment when I have a chance.
Empty stores. And this is the problem that most people cannot comprehend about a thing like this. This is going full throttle. And on the other side of the coin, there are vacant stores here for years. I was one of the premier people that contacted the Board of Health, county, state. I called everybody when those pigs left that Asian market the way they did. And it was a disgrace. It was July. It was about 5 or 6 years ago. It was just absolutely disgusting. There were more vermin roaming around in there alive than I could ever imagine seeing in a community like this. And how we were accepting of it is beyond me. But we are pushing for this, which I feel that somebody's pushing for it because it's going to go through. And yet we as homeowners, we see a town with empty stores and there's nobody's thinking. We have a hospital down the road, Hackensack Meridian. There must be some young group of doctors that just are looking to open up something nearby instead of in Maywood or Hackensack. Why is not the
seconds.
town promoting themselves as open for business?
okay.
This is a real issue with many people for
Margaret, that's
years.
2 minutes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We're gonna answer all that, but you gotta go return to the thing.
Thank you.
Any person virtually?
No.
We're gonna give them 30 seconds or 20 seconds. Okay, can I have a motion and second to close to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay, a couple of things. Do you want to start, Councilwoman Kaufman, or should I?
I attempted to do something in this regard a few years ago and spoke to our legal counsel, and they said it was not an option for mayor and council to get involved in this way for legal reasons.
So let me go further. Private property is private property. So would we love to have a Starbucks or something else in these empty properties? We would. I live right up from what should have been Dante's, and it's not Dante's, and it makes me nuts as a person, a private citizen. But the law has constraints. Building permits are pretty much open-ended since the Christie administration, and he did it for a good reason. He did it because of, it's my understanding, it had to do with the America Mall, or with whatever the mall is called now down in Secaucus. They had all these building permits. They were having finance problems. So building permits are essentially open-ended. So the municipality has no authority to force people to finish. The permit stays open, as best my understanding. In addition to that, the only way we can bring in a business is if they own the property and we are willing to grant them a pilot. Now, pilot stands for payment in lieu of taxes, which is not good for the people of River Edge. Because it basically means that this piece of property that might have been paying $80, $100, $200,000 in taxes is now going to pay little or nothing at all. And that's how we lure them in. Now, when I first got on, to Councilwoman Murphy's credit, she called up all sorts of people. At the time I came on with Mayor Sandy Masciatello and Kathleen Murphy, and she called up a whole bunch of places, and they all said the same thing. You're not the property owner, if I remember correctly, and you know, we don't have a desire. Now, Kathleen probably can give us more information on that if you'd like to contact her. I know that she's still available to speak to people about things like that. And if we could, we would. But the problem is, it's private property. Our jurisdiction does not extend to in such a way that we can lure people in. The only thing that we can grant them in general is a pilot, which is not good for the people of River Edge. And and they would have to, and that would only be if they were the property owners. So there is limited authority and a power that we have in this regard. Now, when a company comes in to a property that's already owned, they go before the land use board, and the land use board then has to review their case. And if they need variances, and the variances are good for the people of River Edge and follow positive and negative criteria requirements, then they can come to River Edge. There was, before the land use board, a request for something like that just recently happened, but there was an issue of parking requiring some very large amount of parking that piece of property could not provide. Now, I don't want to go into all that. You can look at it for yourself. I put it on it's on the Borough of River Edge YouTube page, and I also transferred onto the Mayor of River Edge Facebook page, and you can watch that whole process. But it is unfair and untrue to say that we wouldn't want that. It's just that we don't have the authority or the ability to create that. Now, as for the piece of property that you recorded, we also were very concerned about that property. We have a code enforcer who was working very diligently there. We have a building inspector, which was working very diligently there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we can do more than one thing at a time. And we have, to the best of my knowledge, been working very hard in all areas that you mentioned, but we have constraints and we have limitation by state statute and by New Jersey State Constitution. outside of that, if there's anything we can do, we want to do, and we have been willing to do. Is there anything that you could add to that, Lizette? Did I miss anything?
You covered it all.
I'd
Um,
like to add something, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
On the bright side, recently, we have Human Being opening.
Yeah,
We have Dock to Rock.
yep.
As soon as whatever it was, not Subway, the other place moved out next to the dollar store, a coffee shop moved in there. So. there's
And we
some-
also
there's
have
some
the
ups-
Dunkin' Donut program.
Yes.
We got, right, we got the new Dunkin' Donuts. So, you know, it's not all. I get what you're saying, but there's some, we're seeing some new businesses come into town, and I think that's a great thing.
Normally I would say no, but you're the only one here. So without objection, can we open to the public one more
Sure.
time?
So moved.
So, a second.
Okay.
Will somebody explain to me why they put brown paper on their windows and then they put a sign up, coming soon, and they tell you what's coming and nothing's coming? And you're not, there's no jurisdiction
We don't have any authority over that.
to tell them, take it down, leave the paper up, just leave it, it's an empty store, you know?
So in the condition of the store, while it's not open, we do have some authority over. And Mr. DeRosa, who is our code enforcer, regularly checks on that. But we have very limited authority there, but I agree, it's very frustrating.
It is,
It's exasperating.
it's silly, you see coming soon,
You got
or like
the truth.
the owners of Dante's that owned that other piece that
Leo.
the Kings used to be. They renovated it and it's just like sitting, ready to be open, but nothing's coming. And that's like, there's police, I don't understand the police.
The police
state of that.
You
I
know,
really don't, I really don't.
well,
get
what's the
that.
people where people are illegally parking on the property?
Well, then that generates tickets, doesn't it? Looking at that.
Yes, yes. You know what? Would you ask Mr. DeRosa to look at the police tape that's been up and determine whether that should be taken down? Yeah, well, the Dante's than ever was. All right, can I have a motion and second to close the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Margaret.
Good night, guys.
Good night, you.
Margaret.
All right. Council comments.
The only comment I have, Mayor, is that just let everybody know that the River Edge Run is Saturday, April 27th.
When was that?
Saturday, April 27th,
Saturday, April 27th.
and registration is open.
Yes. Anything else? All right, good job, everyone, tonight, as always. Thank you for your hard work and efforts. Could I have a motion second to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
you.